You know, I never got a chance to talk about this today before I left for work. Today, yesterday, whatever. It's about 2:30 in the morning. TGIF, if you will, now. And I'm off today according to my schedule. But anyway, and I'm double checking to make sure of that. But anyway, a lot of people have kind of over the past day or so, everybody from Black Nerd, the Black Nerd, Andre, if you will, to Alpha Omega Sin, to many others, have voiced their opinion on how they feel about this teaser trailer, this minute and a half, 90-second, if you will, teaser trailer for the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie coming out in August. And, well, for me, I will say this. I thought it was okay. Call me cuckoo, but I thought it was alright. Because I go by an old saying. And that old saying is looks can be deceiving. And don't judge a book by its cover. In other words, don't judge this movie just by the teaser you see right now. So, what you have to do is wait to see more. Wait till you get more of a more visual, more full-length kind of sneak peek at what will be in the movie. Don't put all your hatred, all your eggs in one basket, if you will. Wait and see what gets played out. See what occurs and happens over the next few months. Now, I can understand some people not being happy, first and foremost, with Michael Bay being part of this. You know, they pretty much feel that he's the one running the show, even though he's a producer and not the director. So pretty much a lot of them are kind of like, ooh, I don't know about Michael Bay touching our stuff. I don't know. You know, they're like, ooh, I don't know. Because when you think about it, they pretty much take a look at the Transformer films, like, which that represents behind me, and they pretty much feel as though he destroyed the Transformers' legacy with the 3 first films. Now they're saving judgment, though, for the June 27th release of the new film, because that's supposed to be taking place years later, and it's sort of a soft retcon reboot, and a new trilogy planned out with an all-new human cast. Now, again, though, I can understand a lot of fans' frustration, a lot of fans, the worriment, if you will, about what they will see when it comes to the Transformers. I mean, not Transformers, but to Ninja Turtles, I should say. I can understand that. I watched the trailer, and I thought it was I thought it was pretty decent. I thought it was I thought it was alright. It didn't really give much away when it comes to the plot. That's what a teaser trailer is. It teases you for what will be. So, it didn't really, bother me that much. I know a lot of people are still kind of bothered. Some people are still kind of bothered by the fact that we have a new human villain as the Shredder. Instead of Oroku Saki, we got this Eric guy, if you will. And on one hand, you have people like the Black Nerd who basically in their review of the trailer said, hey, this guy sold me as being the Shredder. Because basically this actor's got a history of playing bad guys in films. And being threatening. And then, of course, on the other hand, you have the big elephant, no offense to her, in the room Megan Fox as April O'Neil. Now, some have basically tried to give her a pass here, because she didn't really say anything except for maybe a few, like a few, moment, kind of like, she didn't really say anything. She kind of like just had a few reaction shots, and then had the gasping and the shock gasp and then the faint at the end of the trailer. Now, again, some people are trying to give her a pass and feel that maybe this could be the film where she embraces the character that she is and becomes that character. I mean, when you think about it, when she was put into Transformers, we didn't know anything about her. She was basically an OC, an original character for the films. Now, when she left and they brought in this new girl was supposed to represent basically who the blonde girl was in the G1 show. As crazy as that sounds. She was supposed to represent who that blonde girl, I can't think of her name right now, Christy or something like that, in the original G1 show. That's who she was supposed to be. Or represent, in a sense. So people, even though they didn't like her acting, gave her a bit of a pass on that because they could see in Dark of the Moon where Michael Bay and the writers and all that were going. So anyway, you have that. You have that. Alright, you have, Megan Fox as April O'Neil. But again, a lot of people are trying to give her a pass and saying, okay, in Transformers, she was just an original character we didn't know nothing about. She was just brought in as a love interest for Shia LaBeouf's Spike character, or Sam Witwicky's character. Easy for me to say. And that's about it. Here, she's actually playing a major character that people know of. So maybe this is what she needs. And hopefully, as some fans are trying to give her a pass here, this is what she needs to really say, hey, look, people may still look at me portraying this character and still see me, but what I'm going to try to do is not just have them see me, but at the same time, see the character instead of seeing me. In other words, it's like, okay, you could be sitting in the theater, eating your popcorn, drinking your your soda, probably snacking on some candy or something like that, and Raisinets, whatever it is. And basically what fans are hoping she does is basically, like I said, that instead of just seeing her, we start to see April O'Neil. We don't see Megan Fox anymore. We see April. And I believe that's hopefully what fans are hoping she has done. Which she and the director and the producer of course Michael Bay, the director Jonathan Linsberger, whatever his name is, have done, and that's help her embrace who April O'Neil is. And when you think about it, you have Kevin Eastman, who was working on the projects with them. So he probably met with Megan Fox and said, hey, look, you're going to be April. You got to embrace being April. You can't just be you got to embrace being the character, because if you don't, people are not going to see you as April on screen when the film comes out. They're going to see you as you. So to me, that is what a lot of fans, in my opinion, are hoping she has done, with the help of the director, and in some ways the help of Michael Bay, and mostly probably the help of the creators. Hopefully she's gone and done that. But we'll have to wait and see. The teaser trailer didn't really give us much, but there is potential. You never know. And then, of course, you got the origin sort of being rewrote. The origin basically being rewrote to where it was the Shredder, or Eric, as he calls himself, his human side, and April's father, I guess he's going to have the same name here as he does in the show, which is Kirby, one can assume, and that basically they're responsible they're responsible for the turtles coming about. That basically, they were trying to create heroes to protect the city. So yeah, wrap your head around that one. Now, there is some speculation from what Alpha Omega Sin said that we might have some alien activity. Because the canister of ooze that's showcased in this trailer is TCRI. The same stuff, the same company that's shown in 2K in the 2K series and the Nickelodeon series. TCRI. So we might have some alien activity. We'll find out. We don't know yet. But apparently we do see some buildings falling down. Some I think we see the antenna of the Empire State Building or some building in New York falling down on Times Square and crushing the 2014 lights that got lit up during New Year's on New Year's Eve when we celebrated the New Year. So who knows? Now, as far as the turtles themselves go, oh boy. Me? I look at it like this. When you're using motion capture, you gotta expect this kind of stuff. You can't expect, and let me turn the camera here for a second. You can't expect that right there you can't expect that to be what you see in the new movie. What you gotta expect are turtles that are going to look and probably have human-like faces and features. Now, I'm sure a lot of people can accept that because when you take a look at the figures that were leaked, pretty much a lot of people have accepted it and pretty much expected that. I mean, when you take a look at a lot of movies that have used motion capture, sometimes they've done a good job with it, and sometimes they haven't. Take a look at Avatar. Avatar is one of the greatest movies of all time. Most successful movies of all time. And look at it. It has people... Basically, Avatar has people enjoying it. I have the DVD copy of Avatar. I'm going to get the Blu-ray down the line. But we have that. And let me explain something. When you have something like that, people love it. People have come to like it, and they do, and when it's done right. And you could question on whether or not you like what they did with the turtles in the motion capture there, and that's fine. It's totally up to you. It's a mixed bag. I'm okay with it, honestly, because I think if you're going to try to at least give them a realistic look, instead of relying like what they did back with Jim Henson, especially with all the advancements and stuff we have nowadays in technology, what else are you going to do? And to me, again, it goes back it goes back to what I said earlier. It goes back to what I said earlier. Don't judge a book by its cover, and looks can be deceiving. So in other words, don't just judge because of what they look like now. Alright? You don't know what's going to happen in the next few months. You don't know what they're totally going to look like right off the bat. The only reason they chose that scene is to give you an idea of exactly what they will look like. But that's about that's about it. Again, to me it's not that big of a deal. It really isn't. And I know some people might think that's crazy talk. But you know what? Everybody is sold on there are some people that are sold on these turtles. They're like, look, they look good. And now, and one of the other things people do complain about is the fact that they're freaking huge. I mean, I'm probably taller than Megan Fox in real life. Or maybe the same size, who knows. And you're talking about me, a 5'8", 5'8.5" maybe, but mostly 5'8" guy. And you could be, and what they're talking about with the turtles is the turtles are freaking like 6'5". Maybe 7 feet. Or 6'5" at least. It's like you're looking up at them like, huh? You know? You know, it's like you're looking up like, huh? So, to me, that's what I think. I think there's just being, you know, I think basically the reason for the size increase is if you're trying to make a movie very realistic, as crazy as that sounds for this movie, you want to show how realistic it can be. Take a listen to this. One of the things that Black Nerd Andre pointed out in his review of the trailer was the fact that it seems they're basically taking every lore of every piece, or certain pieces, not every piece, but certain pieces from every single incarnation of Ninja Turtles and placing it in the movie. And you can't tell me that the writers of this movie and the director did not see the later seasons of the original Ninja Turtles, the Red Sky seasons. You can't tell me they didn't see those seasons and saw what happened to the Turtles and say, that's interesting. Maybe we should make them big. Because literally, if you when you think about it, the mutagen, if you think about it from maybe a scientific, real-life perspective, mutagen is supposed to make you bigger and stronger. Go figure, maybe. I don't know. But I'm thinking that's why they did it. They want to figure, okay, the turtles just can't be the same size as April. That's going to look stupid. We got to show the effects of what the mutagen does. And that's exactly what they did. Now, as far as the foot soldiers go, the Foot Clan, woo! I'll say this. Again, looks can be deceiving. Don't judge a book by its cover. But they better live up to being foot soldiers and not just rely on the... They better do some freaking ninja stuff. That's all I can say. Now, we didn't see we didn't see the other characters. We didn't see Bernadette Thompson. We didn't see Vern. You know, we didn't see Splinter yet. We only saw Leonardo, who looks pretty good. Michelangelo, I'm okay with him. I can understand people are like, ooh, you know. But hey, mask on, he's fine. Mask off, hey, that's your opinion. But we didn't really see the other turtles except for maybe that action scene in the snow where Donatello tosses Raphael with his bow and says, batter up, and Raphael just, BAM! Goes shell first into a Humvee and basically wrecks the crap out of it. Or demolishes the crap out of it. So, to me, until we get like a full-length trailer, like what we finally got with Transformers, Age of Extinction, and what we finally got with X-Men Days of Futures Past, until we get a full-length 2.5-minute trailer, we won't really know what's going on. We won't. So, but to me, I say give it a chance. Don't be so judgmental right off the bat, okay? Don't be so judgmental because you don't really know what the director has done. Michael Bay is only there to produce the film. Yeah, his name showed up. Yeah, his name showed up as the third thing you saw in the trailer. And why? Name recognition. Because believe it or not, people, there are Michael Bay fans out there. There are people that are like, okay, yeah, in your opinion, he fucked up the Transformers series. Excuse my language, Lord. Excuse my language, please forgive me, God. But yeah, pretty much what people are like, he split up the series of Transformers. But there are others that are like, no, he didn't up the series. He actually helped it out. He made it what Transformers is. Again, you have the Bay fans and you do have the Bay haters. So there you go. It's kind of like a split down the middle. You have one side that basically wants to... And you got one side that's like, it's okay, Bay. Don't listen to them. They don't know what you're really doing. So, to me, I say give it a chance and see what happens. If it gets screwed up, if it becomes screwed up, if it becomes the worst film of the year, then yeah, go ahead and hate the guy. Go ahead and hate on him as much as you want. Disown him, do whatever you can. Create a petition to make sure he doesn't come on board for the next 2 films that follow up. Do whatever you must. But until the second trailer comes out, which should be 2.5 minutes, and mostly until the film comes out on August 8th, don't judge the book by its cover. Don't judge it until you see it. And only then will you be able to say it's a thumbs up or it's a thumbs down, and then you'll be free to do whatever you want. If it's a thumbs down, like I say, you could do whatever you want to do to make sure Bay doesn't touch anything else nostalgia from your childhood, which is also my childhood. Or if it's a thumbs up, you can say, okay, Bay, we give you a pass there. Let's see what you can do to improve. So, that's all I'm going to say on it. Let me know what you guys think down below. Comment if you like. But those are my thoughts on it. And peace out. God bless. I'm done.